but okay, start.
Yeah. So I'm sure you have this copy with you, the Wonderland of Books. This is one of my favorite passages. So let's read and try to understand the message. If you have any doubt, you can stop me, you can ask me. Right? Forget about this Facebook live session. Right? The Wonderland of Books by Jawaharlal Nehru. Why does one read books? Ultimately, it is to understand life. Our individual experiences are narrow, but books give us the experiences of others, often the wisest of their generation, and lift us out of our narrow ruts. Just a minute. I repeat, why does one read books? When we tell people read books, but why? The fundamental purpose is to understand life. And why do we need to read books to understand life? Because our individual experiences are narrow, limited. If you think about your own life, how many people do you meet? How many places have you visited? How many experiences have you had in your life? So our individual experiences are narrow. But books give us the experiences of others. And who are these others? Often the wisest of their generation. These are the best people in any society at a particular point of time. Those who have achieved something, those who experimented, those who have done a lot of work in their field, only they will write books. So when you read books, you come to know about the best people of any society. So you come to know about the experiences of others and often the wisest of their generation and lift us out of our narrow ruts. That means normally every human being, we will have a very limited view of life. Right? So when you read books, you are lifted from your narrow ruts. Gradually, as we go up the mountainsides, fresh vistas come into view, our vision extends further and further, and a sense of proportion comes to us. Now that's very important. Here you can compare reading books with climbing a mountain. Suppose there is a mountain, you are at the bottom here. You can't see much because there is a huge mountain in front of you. Then you start climbing that mountain. When you go a little higher, you can see a little larger. Your view expands, you can see more and more. When you are at the top, you can see everything. So when you read a lot, you can understand life in totality. You can see more things. So gradually, as we go up the mountainsides, fresh vistas come into view. Our vision extends further and further, and a sense of proportion comes to us. Now that's very important, a sense of proportion. In our life, money is important, friendship is important, family is important. All these things are important. But what is important, to what extent? That sense of proportion, that comes to us. And when we have that, we are not overwhelmed by our petty and transient loves and hates. Our loves and hates are petty, insignificant, small sometimes. If somebody says something, we are disturbed, we are unhappy, right? So all such petty issues in our lives, they will disappear when you have read a lot, understood life in totality. So we are not overwhelmed by our petty and transient loves and hates, and we see them for what they are, hardly noticeable ripples on the immense ocean of life. Our life is so big, so huge, right? And all those small problems in life, they are petty, insignificant compared to the huge life that we have. Our life is like an ocean, and all small issues, daily problems, they are like ripples, small ripples on the surface. This larger vision enables us to see life whole and live it well. We'll be able to live a better life. Because we have a sense of proportion, right? And a larger vision. And because of these two things, we'll be able to live life to see life whole and live it well. This vision and sense of proportion are essential to keep us on the right path and steady us when storms and heavy winds bear down on us. Means when we have lots of problems, troubles in life, at that time, if you read a lot, understood a lot, then you will be able to bear, you will be able to tolerate, you will be able to manage your life better. So here, heavy winds and storms, there are problems in your life. There is a strange magic about good literature. Good literature, it has its own magic. But this magic comes to us slowly as we make friends with good books. And when we have begun to feed it, we have found the key to the Wonderland of Books. People say reading books is great, you will enjoy a lot. But many people, when they start reading, they don't really enjoy it. They are sometimes frustrated because they may not understand it. So it is a little difficult task. But once you grab hold of it, once you understand it, once you start getting pleasure from reading, then it is a great thing. So there is a strange magic, but that magic doesn't come easily. You have to work on it. But once you have that key to the Wonderland of Books, then you really enjoy your life to the full. And they never fail us, these friends that neither age nor change. Books, whatever they tell you once, they are not going to change. Whatever is printed, that is not going to change. So they are friends and they neither age nor change. They will be the same throughout. Then the writer gives his personal experience. I've got more pleasure from books than from almost anything. There's only one other thing which is in its own way more magical, and that is music. The writer likes music very much. Now here we can see a very balanced view of life. The writer knows that all these things are important. Literature, art, music, science, all make our life rich and deep. They teach us how to live. You cannot ignore any of these things. Literature is important, yes. Art is important, yes. Science, music, yes. All these things are important and they enrich our lives. Mountains of new books continue to appear. Many of them are booked up for a while and then forgotten. That means every day if you see, hundreds and thousands of books are published. Right? Mountains of new books, they continue to appear. Some of them become very popular for some time. They are booked up for a while and then forgotten. The avalanche of books that is descending on us is very largely trash. Means most of the books are useless. Out of probably 10,000 books, only one book may be good, right? So the avalanche of books that is descending on us is very largely trash. And it is not easy to separate the chaff from the grain. What is good and what is bad is very difficult to decide. A lapse of period will sift the good from the bad and the indifferent. Means only the time will decide what book is good, what book people will read for years and decades and centuries. Right? So a lapse of period will decide, will sift the good from the bad and the indifferent. And a book that has survived the test of time is likely to be good, to be literature. Why do people read classic literature even today? Why have they survived the test of time? Because they are good. So whatever has survived the test of time is good for you. You can read that. You are safe. It is far safer to read the famous classics of old that have influenced thought for so long. So whatever people have been reading for decades and centuries, they must be good. So you can read them. With that background, it is easier to exercise a wise choice in modern literature. So when you have some modern literature, some work of art, novel or story or poem or any collection. So you can compare it with the classics, and then you might get some idea about the quality of that material. A worthwhile book deserves time and attention. That means if a book is good, you have to spend time on it. You cannot read very quickly and then forget. It deserves time and attention. Think of the pains and the great deal of thinking that the author has put behind what he has written. Think about the struggles. Right? When you write something, it is such a difficult task. So that person must have experienced a lot, thought a lot, then experimented a lot, drafted, edited, again edited, modified. Right? So think of the pains and the great deal of thinking that the author has put behind what he has written. And very often what do? We just rush through it and forget soon enough what we read. We don't value that. So here there is a piece of advice from the writer. A very good habit to develop is to keep a notebook in which we can jot down anything that strikes us, especially in a book we read. These notes help us to remember much. Means when you read, always make notes. I'm not talking about a normal magazine article or something which is just for entertainment, but if there is something really important, worthwhile book, something which can guide you properly. So such books you read and make notes, and these notes will help you to remember much. Okay. Now I'll read the whole again once, and after that if you have any questions you can ask me. The Wonderland of Books. This was actually given to me by my teacher, late Dr. M.I. Joshi. This passage was written by Jawaharlal Nehru. The Wonderland of Books by Jawaharlal Nehru. Why does one read books? Ultimately, it is to understand life. Our individual experiences are narrow, but books give us the experiences of others, often the wisest of their generation, and lift us out of our narrow ruts. Gradually, as we go up the mountainsides, fresh vistas come into view, our vision extends further and further, and a sense of proportion comes to us. We are not overwhelmed by our petty and transient loves and hates, and we see them for what they are, hardly noticeable ripples on the immense ocean of life. This larger vision enables us to see life whole and live it well. This vision and sense of proportion are essential to keep us on the right path and steady us when storms and heavy winds bear down on us. There is a strange magic about good literature. This magic comes to us slowly as we make friends with good books. And when we have begun to feel it, we have found the key to the wonderland of books. They never fail us, these friends that neither age nor change. I've got more pleasure from books than from almost anything. There is only one other thing which is in its own way more magical, and that is music. Literature, art, music, science all make our life rich and deep. They teach us how to live. Mountains of new books continue to appear. Many of them are boomed up for a while and then forgotten. The avalanche of books that is descending on us is very largely trash, and it is not easy to separate the chaff from the grain. A lapse of period will sift the good from the bad and the indifferent, and a book that has survived the test of time is likely to be good, to be literature. It is far safer to read the famous classics of old that have influenced thought for so long. With that background, it is easier to exercise a wise choice in modern literature. A worthwhile book deserves time and attention. Think of the pains and the great deal of thinking that the author has put behind what he has written. And we just rush through it and forget soon enough what we read. A very good habit to develop is to keep a notebook in which we can jot down anything that strikes us, especially in a book we read. These notes help us to remember